Dopamine. It's a word you've probably heard before, often associated with feelings of pleasure and reward, but what exactly is it? In simple terms, dopamine is a neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger that plays a crucial role in how our brains function. Think of it as a communication system within your brain, transmitting signals between nerve cells. These signals influence a wide range of functions, from our mood and motivation to movement and attention. One of dopamine's primary roles is in the brain's reward system. When we do something pleasurable, like enjoying a delicious meal or achieving a goal, our brain releases dopamine. This surge of dopamine creates a feeling of satisfaction and reinforces the behavior, making us more likely to repeat it in the future. Essentially, dopamine is the driving force behind our desires, motivations, and feelings of reward. However, dopamine's role extends far beyond just pleasure. It's also crucial for regulating our mood, focus, and even our ability to learn. When our dopamine levels are balanced, we feel motivated, alert, and engaged in the world around us. On the other hand, imbalances in dopamine levels can contribute to a range of issues, from mood disorders like depression to problems with attention and focus. Understanding the importance of dopamine is crucial for taking charge of our mental and emotional well-being. By learning how to naturally enhance our dopamine levels, we can boost our mood, increase our motivation, and cultivate a greater sense of overall well-being. In the following sections, we'll explore the fascinating connection between dopamine and motivation, and delve into practical strategies to naturally increase dopamine levels and unlock a happier, healthier you. Motivation, that elusive force that propels us forward, is intricately linked to the powerful neurotransmitter, dopamine. When our brain anticipates a reward, it releases dopamine, creating a sense of anticipation and driving us towards that goal. This dopamine-driven motivation is essential for everything from getting out of bed in the morning to pursuing our passions and achieving our dreams. Imagine this. You set a goal to complete a challenging project at work. As you break down the task into smaller steps and start making progress, your brain releases small bursts of dopamine, rewarding your efforts and fueling your desire to keep going. This sense of accomplishment, driven by dopamine, reinforces the behavior and motivates you to reach the finish line. However, when dopamine levels are low, our motivation can plummet. Tasks that once seemed exciting might feel overwhelming, and our drive to pursue our goals may dwindle. This lack of motivation can be a sign of an underlying imbalance in dopamine levels, highlighting the importance of understanding how to naturally support healthy dopamine production. The good news is that we have the power to influence our dopamine levels through our choices and habits. By incorporating simple yet effective strategies into our daily routines, we can harness the power of dopamine to boost our motivation, enhance our focus, and cultivate a greater sense of purpose and drive. Our modern lifestyles, while offering convenience and connectivity, can sometimes take a toll on our dopamine levels. Stress, lack of sleep, poor diet, and excessive screen time can all contribute to dopamine depletion, leaving us feeling drained, unmotivated, and out of balance. Chronic stress, in particular, can wreak havoc on our dopamine system. When we're constantly under pressure, our bodies release cortisol, the stress hormone. While cortisol is essential for our survival, prolonged exposure to high levels of cortisol can interfere with dopamine production, leading to feelings of anxiety, irritability, and difficulty experiencing pleasure. Similarly, lack of sleep disrupts the delicate balance of neurotransmitters in our brains, including dopamine. When we don't get enough restful sleep, our dopamine receptors become less sensitive, requiring more dopamine to produce the same effects. This can lead to daytime fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and a decreased ability to experience pleasure. Our dietary choices also play a significant role in our dopamine levels. Consuming a diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can disrupt dopamine signaling in the brain. On the other hand, nourishing our bodies with whole, nutrient-dense foods provides the building blocks for optimal dopamine production. Finally, excessive screen time, particularly on social media, can create a dopamine rollercoaster. The constant stream of notifications and comparisons to others can trigger the release of dopamine, but this is often followed by a crash, leaving us feeling empty and craving more stimulation. By becoming aware of the lifestyle factors that can deplete dopamine, we can make conscious choices to mitigate their impact. Prioritizing stress management techniques, establishing healthy sleep habits, and making mindful food choices can go a long way in supporting balanced dopamine levels and enhancing our overall well-being.